Before I get into today's video, remember to follow me on Twitter. So my Twitter, the link is in the description below. You can also find me. My handle is @JacksonKruger. Come over, say hi, and anyways, back to your regularly scheduled video. All right, let's talk some Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs for a bit, because we saw yet another kind of clunky performance by the Kansas City Chiefs offense. It's weird because it's not like the offense has been bad or anything. It's just nowhere near what we're expecting it to be, and that's where the confusion has come in. So their defense has played very well, and we still see flashes of this great offense, but we need some more consistency. So let's talk about what still some of the issues are. So right off the bat, a play like this, I mean, this is just a classic example of something that Mahomes should not be doing. And it's kind of just an odd mistake you're going to see him make here, where the way this works is it's a cover 3 zone, and you have a concept designed to beat this cover 3 zone. You have a receiver who's going to run a deep route over the middle. This receiver is Tyreek Hill, who, okay, yeah, you're going to make sure that you do not get beat on a deep route by Tyreek Hill. You're going to respect that. So the corner and safety will go further deep. You then have Kelsey kind of run over the middle, which he can get open. You then run a play action. That's the way this play is designed. And so watch how once this play begins, you notice that it's kind of working, but the Denver player here, one of the guys, the guy I've circled in black here, he reads this and he's going to try and get over and disrupt this play. For Mahomes, either you have to have already thrown the ball now, basically, or you kind of have to put this in your pocket, because the last thing you want to do is basically lead Kelsey into taking a big hit. I mean, this is a hospital pass if you throw it here. Now, if this is a 4th down and, it's the 4th quarter and you're trying to desperately come back and win the game, maybe you try to fire this in there and say, hey, listen, sometimes you got to take a hit, but it's not really open, and it's just a dangerous pass. I mean, watch how when Mahomes does fire this, there's really not a window there. It could have been intercepted, and it could have resulted in one of your best players getting injured. So just not a smart decision by Mahomes, and that's kind of just what I'm seeing. It's like, okay, it's not like a consistent, this is the coverage they're struggling against for the most part. I mean, they've struggled against cover 2, we know that, but they've still been able to find their footing at times against cover 2. But my main point is, it's not like it's a specific thing that they're struggling with. It's just clunkiness. It's just they're beating themselves, which on one hand is a good thing because maybe they can stop doing that and turn it around. On the other hand, it's not a good thing because, you got to get better at this and got to clean it up come postseason time. This plays a great example. Kelsey gets wide open underneath, but Mahomes just throws it behind him. Maybe he thought Kelsey was going to stop, but they're just, they're not on the same page. A play like this, again, you're going to see that's a good throw. It just is dropped right there. A play like this, where you're going to see that Patrick Mahomes is going to throw this ball deep down the field. That could have been caught for a big gain, but he just wasn't quite able to hit Tyreek Hill there. This one, maybe a bit off, also a drop though, kind of one you do have to catch on that play. And then you had an interception, which again, maybe a bit off, but one you probably expect Hill to catch, gets picked there. Now the flip side is there absolutely are some good plays as well. It's not like this is all that's happening is these negative bad plays. Like, no, we still see the flashes of Mahomes. We still see, I know some people are saying he was never good, he just got lucky. No, that's obviously not true. He was always good. He still is good. The Chiefs offense still can be very good. A play like this is a great Patrick Mahomes type play. It's just one of those examples of him using his legs, which is such a huge part of his game, to his benefit. Right when this play begins, you're going to notice that right here, look at really Mahomes' first 2 reads on this play. The 2 checkdowns aren't really open. Nothing is really that open. Maybe he could throw to Tyreek Hill, who's all the way to the bottom of the screen, but that's tough. That's not a great throw. I wouldn't recommend it, quite frankly. So nothing is really open. This is good coverage by the Denver Broncos. So this is where Mahomes being Mahomes comes in. He's going to be able to scramble out, and offensive line did a great job as well, but Mahomes makes an off-balance throw and they're able to pick up a first down right there. So that's a great example of, when nothing is happening, he still is able to make stuff happen. The above replacement level plays, they're still able to have, and they've shown more of those. And honestly, people keep thinking about, oh, what's gone wrong this season? They're making more mistakes. They're turning the ball over more. Well, they've kind of always made mistakes, and they've kind of always had these turnover-worthy plays, but they used to be able to get a bunch of chunk plays and a bunch of great plays that you just wouldn't really care too much. Well, now, those plays aren't quite as common, which I think is why people are noticing the negatives more. But something like this is another example where what's going to happen here is that it's going to be man coverage. You have a cover 1 man play. And this is another example of just the value that having Patrick Mahomes has, where he can make stuff happen. Watch how Mahomes is going to take the snap here, and he is going to be able to scramble out, and he's going to, he's a tough guy to bring down. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown there. Again, these aren't the highlights that we're used to showing with Mahomes, right? We're used to showing these across the body, throwing the ball downfield 70 yards to Tyreek Hill for a touchdown. That's what we're used to seeing with these highlights with Mahomes. Hasn't quite happened so much this year, and that is a fair thing to point out. But it's also fair to bring up that, like, Mahomes still is making some really good plays. And listen, I know you could easily make the argument, well, all he's really doing is running around. You want to see him throw the football. But, like, okay, running the ball still does get you a chunk play. Like, that still helps you. At the end of the day, a 15-yard play is a 15-yard play. It doesn't matter if you created it because of a great accurate throw or because of a great running ability. Although you could make the argument, I suppose, of, like, if you do run the football, it's, maybe easier to defend against. Like, you can game plan around that a lot easier than game plan around a great throw, but still. So, like, listen, like, two things can be true at once. Like, you can say the Chiefs haven't been having the best season. I think that's fair. It's also fair to say, like, they're still a team that I personally am banking on having success. I'm betting on Mahomes to go back to what we've seen Mahomes do for a sample size of 3 seasons instead of for what we've seen the sample size of half a season, where I don't even know how much of it has been his fault, really. I think that part of it has been teams are just playing them differently, and they're not really built to have a methodical drive down the field. We can all say, oh, it's the coaching staff's fault, it's Mahomes' fault. Well, part of it is, like, they don't really have a great third option. We've been saying this a lot, where it's Tyreek Hill and it's Travis Kelce. If they added a really talented receiver, like, I thought they would have been a great Odell Beckham Jr. team, getting that third option, I think, would make it easier to, open up stuff underneath and things of that nature. But the biggest thing to have to do, I think, is just stop making these dumb mistakes. Like the fluky mistakes keep happening, and my guess is they won't continue to happen, right? That's typically how it goes. Although, you even think about, like, the Super Bowl against San Francisco when they won. There was even, like, Mahomes threw a couple picks in that one. And those were dumb, sort of dumb, fluky plays. One was a dumb decision. The other, if I remember correctly, was off of Tyreek Hill's hands. So they always kind of happen. You just hope that they don't, come back to bite you at the worst time. That's kind of how I view it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What is your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs offense? Feels like this is a weekly occurrence now with these types of videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.